And 1859 is the newest, coolest, hottest magazine about what's happening in the state of Oregon. So Kevin, can you talk to me a little bit about your magazine?
Love to. So 1859, we describe it as a little bit of a National Geographic meets Condé Nast Traveler. So there's a little bit of above the neck content for the smarter crowd, and there's a lot about what's going on all across the state. No one owns that space. We now own that space. It's a fun space to play in. We love Oregon. And right now, we're just having a lot of fun with it. It's in Whole Foods, it's in Barnes & Nobles, it's in Borders. It's in all the places you would expect to find a magazine like this. And the next one is going to be bigger and better.
Well, that's fantastic. So the question I have is, how do you establish content? You've got an entire state to work with. How do you do that? I mean, you've got so much content in which to take from. How do you decide what's the process and what works for you?
Well, Oregon's an easy state to do this in. So everything outdoors is fair game. And to do it on a statewide level and to say, hey, this is what you can do in Southern Oregon, this is what you can do at the coast, this is what you can do in Portland, this is what you can do in Central Oregon. This is kind of our playing ground. So that's a huge, huge area for us. Another thing is that we really kind of cut our teeth on doing a bit of smarter journalism. Unfortunately, newspapers these days, reporters are just slaves to filling the paper and doing dailies. For us, we can back up, take a look at things from a very long perspective and a very interesting perspective that unfortunately newspapers aren't able to do these days. You know, the Oregon used to be able to do this back in the heyday, and other newspapers as well. But now they're kind of cut to the bone, and that leaves a lot on the table for us. In the first issue, we talked about the Klamath tribes, and this is a huge, huge thing because here we have the Obama administration looking at the Klamath tribes and what they're doing with forestry and energy production as being the model for how we produce energy out west. This is a big thing for us, and it's kind of just a little keyhole we rode through because no one else has been able to have gone there and done that.
So you're working with not only the cultural aspect of who we are as a state, and basically not just a state. I mean, you're really incorporating much of the Northwest, even though we're centered in Oregon. When you're talking about the tribes, we're talking about energy, we're talking about the strong essence of the history and who we are as we move into the future of this state. I am excited about the newest edition. When can we see it?
Well, it's out now. Our premiere issue, the summer issue, is out right now. And that is everywhere from San Francisco to Oregon to Seattle to Alaska and Idaho. So the distribution is big and getting bigger, and we're pretty excited about that. Advertisers seem to like our demographic and like our distribution. So we're rocking.
We're rocking. So this is something that we absolutely want to keep our eyes on. 1859, the coolest, newest, and hottest magazine out there in the Northwest. Check it out. We'll have a link from www.onthego-go.com to 1859. Pick up your edition if you can in all of the sites that Kevin mentioned. We look forward to hearing your input on the magazine, and we'll talk with you soon. Suzanne Norton, publisher of onthego-go.com. Checking out.